Well, yesterday we talked about stakeholder engagement, and it was more at the grassroots level. And I'm really looking forward to this morning and kind of keeping that theme, but turning it towards a different group of practitioners, where we'll hear more about engaging researchers. So here to guide that hour-long discussion are my colleagues at the Water for Food Institute, Nick Brozovic, our Director of Policy, and Kate Gibson, who is the Institute's Research Project Manager. So Kate, Nick, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesse. Let me start by saying, Jesse, my favorite part of the introduction was the way that he said, hour-long discussion. So already the energy levels in the room are so high. Thank you for that. If I were to design a room for stakeholder engagement, I think this would be about the best I could come up with, very narrow and very, very deep. I see Jesse at the back there, Jesse Bell. We see you at the back. We're sorry that you're so far away from us. So we're going to try to do something a little bit more interactive and engaging here today. So I know probably some of you, when you saw the session title, Stakeholder Engagement Research, were filled with dread. Why? Well, first of all, when you think of what you do in your lives, how many of you, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, I'm a water stakeholder? How many of you is that the first thing that jumps to mind? That's one. Rachel? Yeah, I believe you, Rachel, yeah. So that's one thing. And then the second thing, how many of you, when you get an email or a phone call saying, hi, we're a university research team, we've identified you as a stakeholder and we'd love to engage with you? How many of you does that fill with joy? Again, some of you say yes, and we're grateful for those one or two people that say yes, because we will keep coming back to you. So stakeholder engagement research, stakeholder engagement is key to everything we do. We're all stakeholders, as Ron very clearly said. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to have and hear from three practitioners that work in very different areas of stakeholder engagement. They're going to share their practical experiences with us. The goal is that this should not be an ordinary panel. The goal is that you hopefully will be able to engage with the speakers and with each other as a result of the panel. If you don't, we've failed terribly. We failed terribly to have a panel on stakeholder engagement without any engagement. So we have three speakers, and the charge for them was to reflect on their own experiences and consider 3 or 4 questions in detail. In particular, what makes a successful stakeholder engagement project? How can you tell that what you're doing is working? And if you're in the ditch, how do you get yourself out of it? Okay, that's pretty important, and we've all had that experience. Now, second of all, what are some of those pitfalls to successful stakeholder engagement? How do you start successful engagement? How do you continue it? How do you follow up afterwards? And then thirdly, what are some opportunities for university-based research that includes stakeholder engagement? We have 3 wonderful experts, and I'll introduce them momentarily. How do they see the opportunities in the future for stakeholder research? So we have 3 speakers. They're going to speak for about 10 minutes about their own perspectives each. They may try to engage with you. Please be kind to them. After that, Kate Gibson, our research program manager, will come and facilitate a discussion. So our 3 speakers today are Mark Burbach from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, Lindsay Docterman from Wayne State, and Darren Rudnick from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So my job is now done. I'm going to get off the stage, and I'll pass the microphone to Mark. And Mark, you're welcome if you want to roam the room. There is a wireless mic too. So thank you very much.